You can eat well, exercise regularly, and take every right supplement. But if your footwear is wrong, it can quietly undo everything. Most older adults overlook just how much their shoes affect their health. Mobility, posture, energy, even brain function. The truth is, what you put on your feet determines whether you move with stability or set yourself up for a slow decline. Footwear is the foundation of your independence, yet many seniors wear the same sneakers for years without thinking twice, especially if they still feel comfortable. But comfort can be deceiving. The shoes you've trusted for so long might feel soft, but under that softness could be damage waiting to happen. Sneakers gradually lose their support over time. The midsole, the cushioning layer under your foot, goes flat and hard. Arch support collapses. Eventually, all you're left with is a hollow shell that no longer protects your joints. Every time you step in worn-out sneakers, your feet absorb more shock. That pressure travels straight to your knees, hips, and spine. It doesn't show up as an injury. It builds slowly. Tight hips, sore joints, a stiff back. Maybe you notice it after short walks. Your legs tire faster, your back feels achy, your knees ache even though you didn't walk that far. That's not just aging. That's poor shock absorption caused by shoes that should have been retired long ago. Most people assume their shoes are still fine as long as they don't look torn or dirty. But by the time a sneaker looks visibly worn, it's already lost most of its cushioning. And if you wear them daily, that internal breakdown can happen within 6 to 12 months. Even if the outside still looks decent, the inside, the part that actually supports your body, may be long gone. And it's not just about comfort. Worn-out sneakers also increase your risk of falling. When the tread wears down, your grip on the ground disappears. Slippery floors, wet sidewalks, uneven driveways, these all become danger zones. If the soles are flat or uneven, your balance suffers. A tiny slip can turn into a full fall. For seniors, one fall can mean weeks of recovery or a permanent loss of independence. What once felt like a stable step now feels unpredictable. Your body has to work overtime just to stay upright. And when your ankles, legs, and reflexes aren't what they used to be, that extra effort increases your fall risk dramatically. Footwear also affects posture. Your feet are your base, and if the base is unstable, the whole system compensates. Shoes with no arch or heel support force your ankles to turn inward. Your knees adapt, your hips tighten, your lower back absorbs the strain. This cascade leads to tension, restricted movement, and the feeling that your body is locked up. It's not just about pain, it's about energy. When your shoes stop doing their job, your body starts doing extra work with every step. That drains your energy faster, even when you're just doing household chores or errands. So, how do you know it's time to replace your sneakers? Pay attention to the signs. The soles feel flat, the tread is smooth or uneven, your shoes feel too soft or too loose, your feet hurt after walking, you lean to one side, your knees or back ache more than usual. These are all red flags. A good shoe should hold your foot securely, offer a little bounce as you walk, and feel stable, not flimsy or wobbly. So what should you be wearing instead? Look for sneakers that provide real arch support, a firm heel cup, a thick sole, and a reliable grip. If you're unsure, go to a store that lets you walk around and test shoes before buying. Don't focus on how soft they feel. Focus on how supported and secure your feet are inside them. And remember, a high price tag doesn't guarantee quality. A shoe isn't good because it's expensive. It's good because it fits your foot well and does its job. If you walk daily, even just around the house or to the store, replace your sneakers at least once a year. If you walk more often or stand for long periods, replace them every 6 months. It's a small investment that pays off in fewer injuries, less pain, and more energy. If you've been dealing with stiffness and fatigue for months, the right pair of shoes might improve how you feel within days. Shoes are not just accessories, they are part of your health care. Bad shoes won't send a warning. They'll just keep letting your body absorb stress until something gives out. Don't wait until you fall. Don't wait until you wake up in pain every morning. Upgrade your shoes before your body forces you to. Slip-on shoes may feel like freedom. No laces, no bending down, no effort. Just slide your foot in and go. For many older adults, that convenience becomes a daily habit. They're easy to wear, easy to clean, and feel light on the feet. But what feels easy for your hands often creates more work and more risk for your body. When you wear shoes with no heel support, your foot starts moving around inside the shoe instead of moving with it. That subtle motion may seem harmless, but over time, it leads to instability, a silent threat that slowly changes how you walk. Your heel is meant to stay firmly in place with every step. That secure base gives your ankle control and keeps your stride aligned. But in most slip-ons, your heel floats inside a soft, loose shell. To keep the shoe on, your body starts to adapt, but not in a good way. You begin taking shorter steps, shuffling your feet, dragging your toes, all to avoid losing the shoe. Your hips and knees adjust to this new rhythm, a rhythm based not on strength, but on caution. Before you even realize it, that cautious movement becomes your new normal. Not because you're aging, but because your shoes have trained your body to move as if you're about to fall. The more often you wear slip-ons, the more your ankles weaken. Every step you take without heel support forces your foot muscles to work harder, gripping inside the shoe to stay in place. Over time, this strain weakens the natural connection between your feet and the ground. Your body stops relying on balance and starts relying on tension. That tension travels upward, from your feet to your knees, hips, and lower back, creating a chain reaction of discomfort and stiffness. One loose heel turns into tight calves, aching knees, sore hips, and a spine that constantly struggles to realign itself. These are not minor adjustments. They are fundamental changes to how your body moves. Now think about the surfaces you walk on every day. Sidewalk cracks, sloping driveways, wet kitchen tiles, thick carpets. If your foot is floating inside a loose shoe, these surfaces become dangerous. It only takes one misstep, one shift where your foot moves but your shoe doesn't, and your balance is gone. Your body will try to react, but with age, our reflexes naturally slow down. The quick responses that used to catch us now lag. A small stumble turns into a fall leads to a fracture, and a fracture can change everything. Your independence, your confidence, even your ability to live on your own. And this scenario isn't rare. Many seniors who fall weren't running or moving quickly. They were walking slowly, wearing shoes they thought were safe, slip-ons that felt familiar and soft. But that softness isn't support. It's freedom without structure. And the older we get, the more our bodies need structure, not softness. You need shoes that hug the heel, support the arch, and hold your foot firmly in place. There's also something called muscle memory. When you shuffle to keep a shoe on, your brain rewires your walking pattern. Your steps get shorter, your toe lift weakens, your natural stride loses its power. It's a subtle shift, but over time, it leads to weaker legs, slower walking, and less balance. You find yourself depending more on furniture, walls, or railings, not because your body is failing, but because your shoes have trained it to do less. That's the hidden cost of slip-ons. They quietly teach your body to expect less from itself, not strength, not movement, just safety from falling, even if that means stopping altogether. So what should you wear instead? It doesn't mean you need heavy boots or complex footwear. It means choosing shoes with a structured heel, a secure fit, reliable grip. If tying laces is difficult, look for Velcro or elastic alternatives. What matters most is that your foot stays locked in, not floating. You should feel stable the moment your heel enters the shoe. And when you lift your foot, the shoe should come with it, not lag behind. That's real support. That's what your joints are silently asking for. Don't wait for pain to tell you something's wrong. Pay attention to how you're walking. Are you dragging your feet, leaning forward slightly, taking smaller steps without noticing? These are early signs your gait is breaking down, and your shoes might be the cause. Ask yourself honestly, are your shoes helping you walk better or just easier to slip on? Because what's easy is not always what's safe, and what feels soft isn't always what keeps you strong. The right shoe should feel like alignment, like confidence, like your body is being held together, starting from the ground up. That kind of support helps you move faster, stand taller, and stay safer, especially when you're walking alone. If staying mobile, balanced, and independent matters to you, then start with your shoes, because every fall that never happens begins with a solid, stable step. They're soft, they're warm, and they're easy to slide into without bending down. For many older adults, house slippers become the default footwear after retirement. Indoors, they feel comfortable, harmless, even safe. But over time, that comfort comes at a hidden cost. The more you wear slippers, the more your feet adapt to their lack of structure. And what once felt like relief slowly becomes one of the riskiest choices you can make inside your own home. Most house slippers offer no arch support, no heel control, very little grip. They're designed for short trips from the bed to the bathroom, from the couch to the kitchen. They were never meant to be worn for hours. Yet, that's what happens. You spend hours, even whole days, wearing them. And when you do, your feet don't just relax, they begin to shut down. Your toes start gripping the soft sole just to keep the slipper from sliding off. Your arches sink. Your ankles wobble, and the muscles in your lower legs stop activating the way they should during a normal step. One of the most complex structures in your body, your foot, is no longer being supported or stimulated. The effects climb upward: fatigue in the feet, weakness in the ankles, stiffness in the lower back. You might not feel it on day one, but after weeks or months of wearing slippers around the house, many older adults begin to notice pain in the heels, tightness in the calves, a sense that their legs are slow to wake up. This isn't just age creeping in, it's the consequence of losing structure. Without real shoes, your feet stop moving through a healthy range of motion. Your toes no longer push off the floor. Your arches no longer lift. Your ankles stop adjusting and stabilizing your steps. You're still moving, but you're not using the muscles that keep you strong. Then comes an even more dangerous effect: loss of sensory feedback. As we age, the nerves in our feet naturally decline. That means the brain gets fewer signals from the ground, less information about surface changes, small shifts in pressure, or whether we're leaning slightly to one side. Supportive footwear helps stimulate those nerves. It keeps the connection between brain and foot alive and responsive. But soft slippers do the opposite. Their floppy sides and squishy bottoms dull that connection. They numb your awareness of the ground beneath you. And when the body can't feel the floor, your risk of falling goes up. Think about how much time you spend at home. For most seniors, it's the majority of the day. If you're wearing unsupportive slippers during that time, you're unknowingly training your body to move poorly, inside the very place where most falls happen. Slippers slide on hardwood, twist on tile, offer no protection if you trip on a rug or catch the edge of a step. And when your nervous system is already slower to respond, the slipper becomes a liability, not a comfort. But it's not just about risk, it's also about movement. Weak feet lead to slower walking, a shorter stride, poorer balance. And before long, you start avoiding motion, not because you're tired, but because your foundation is failing. Your body is smart. It senses instability and tightens up. Before you know it, you're moving with hesitation, always reaching for support and feeling older than you are. Not because of your age, but because your slippers told your brain to stop engaging. So what should you do? First, understand this. Your home should not be a place where your body switches off. It should be a place that nourishes, strengthens, and protects it. You don't need running shoes in the living room, but you do need something structured. Look for indoor footwear that includes arch support, a firm heel, a non-slip sole. Something that gives you confidence, not just comfort when you walk. There are now slippers designed specifically with structure in mind. They include proper footbeds, gripping soles, and even posture-supporting designs. They feel like comfort, but function like real shoes. And just as important, set limits. If you love your soft slippers, that's okay. Wear them for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning or before bed, but don't live in them. Once you're up and moving, switch to footwear that encourages real motion. Something that reminds your feet they still have work to do. Because here's the hard truth: you don't lose mobility all at once. You lose it slowly, through years of habits that weaken your body without you realizing it. Slippers are one of those habits. Easy at first, but costly over time. Don't let soft shoes make your muscles lazy. Don't let comfort steal your balance. You've worked too hard to stay mobile. Give your feet the tools to protect that freedom. You are not too old to stay strong, but you are too smart to wear the wrong shoes. They feel light, easy, barely there. In warm weather, it's tempting to slip into flat sandals, flip-flops, or minimalist slides and enjoy the breeze on your feet. But what feels carefree for a few minutes can quietly turn into a biomechanical problem. especially when worn for hours, days, or entire seasons. For older adults, these flat shoes aren't harmless. They're silent foot saboteurs, stealing your support, strength, and stability one step at a time. The first thing to understand is that most flat sandals, especially flip-flops and thin-soled slides, offer zero arch support. That means the entire job of shock absorption is left to your foot, especially the midsection. Without that support, your foot collapses inward with every step, a movement known as overpronation. It may not sound serious, but that inward collapse causes a ripple effect through your entire body. When your foot flattens, your knee rotates inward, your hip tilts, your spine shifts to balance your posture, and what started as mild foot fatigue becomes full body misalignment. The result: chronic knee pain, hip strain, lower back tightness, and overall stiffness every time you walk. One of the most common consequences of flat sandals is plantar fasciitis, the sharp heel pain you feel first thing in the morning or after long periods of sitting. It's caused by strain and micro tears in the thick band of tissue that supports your arch. Without arch support, that tissue stretches beyond its limits, and the result is a stabbing sensation that makes every step feel like punishment. That's not all. These sandals can also lead to Achilles tendonitis, inflammation in the tendon that connects your calf to your heel, especially if your stride is already shortened or tense. But the danger doesn't stop at poor arch support. Most flat sandals are loose, offering little to no grip around your heel or midfoot. To keep them on, your toes have to claw the sole with every step. This throws off your natural walking rhythm. Instead of lifting your foot and pushing off your big toe, you start dragging your feet or clenching your toes. That weakens the small muscles in your feet, decreases your stride power, and disrupts your balance. Over time, you might not even notice the change in form, but your body does. You begin walking more slowly, taking shorter steps, feeling less confident on uneven ground. Your brain senses the instability, and rather than pushing you to move more, it starts holding you back. That's when hesitation creeps in. You begin to avoid long walks. You stop going outside as often, not because your legs are weak, but because your shoes have trained your body to fear the ground beneath you. And all of this happens without a dramatic warning. Flat sandals rarely cause an obvious injury. No bruises, no fractures, just small dysfunctions building up slowly until your joints feel unstable and your muscles tire far too soon. You begin blaming aging for your discomfort, but the truth is, it often started at your feet. So, what should you wear instead? You don't need to avoid sandals entirely. The key is choosing ones with structure and support. Look for sandals that have molded footbeds with arch support, a firm heel cup, adjustable straps to secure the foot. Your foot should not slide when you walk. It should feel gently cradled, stable, upright, and aligned. Today, some of the best supportive sandals come with orthopedic features that protect your arches, absorb impact, and still look stylish. You don't have to sacrifice comfort, you just need to redefine it. Also, limit how long you wear sandals. Don't make them your all-day footwear. If you plan to walk or stand for more than 15 to 20 minutes, switch to proper walking shoes with full support. Use sandals for quick tasks, not long outings. And if you've been wearing flat sandals for years, now is the time to reset your stride. Walk barefoot on firm indoor surfaces for a few minutes each day to reawaken your foot muscles. Practice calf stretches, strengthen your arches, and most of all, listen to your pain. That dull heel ache, the calf tightness, the slight wobble when you walk on uneven ground. Those are not just signs of aging, they're warnings. And your shoes might be the cause. Your feet carry your whole body. They support your posture, your mobility, your independence, but they can't do it alone. They need reinforcement, they need alignment, and most of all, they need you to stop choosing shoes based on habit or convenience. Flat sandals might feel good in the moment, but long-term, they cost more than they give. Don't trade strength for softness. Don't let your shoes steal your stride. Your body still remembers how to move with power. Give it the foundation it needs to do so. Some shoes are simply too heavy for an aging body. Construction-style boots, thick-soled fashion shoes, or chunky hiking footwear may seem sturdy, even durable, but they can weigh down your every step far more than you realize. You're not out of shape. Your shoes are working against you. Heavy footwear turns simple walking into unnecessary effort. It doesn't just tire out your legs, it stresses your joints and changes your entire gait. And for seniors, especially those with arthritis, neuropathy, or declining leg strength, that added burden has consequences. Wearing heavy shoes all day fatigues the quadriceps, strains the hips, and shortens your walking range. You may start dragging your feet to compensate, or you lock your knees to stay upright. These adjustments feel small, but over time, they become dangerous. That's how falls happen. That's how imbalance becomes chronic. That's how physical decline accelerates. The answer isn't to abandon all footwear, it's to go lighter. Lightweight shoes reduce physical strain. They allow for smoother steps, more upright posture, and greater endurance throughout the day. You don't need to dress like you're facing a snowstorm just to walk down the hall. Go lighter and go longer. And yes, that applies to high heels too. Even low heels can be risky. Many older women still keep a favorite pair of heels for church, formal dinners, or family gatherings. And while they may not be sky high, a 1 or 2 inch lift is enough to shift your entire center of gravity forward. Your hips tilt back to compensate. Your spine curves, your calves shorten. Your knees carry pressure with every step. It's not just walking that suffers. Standing for long periods in heels, even comfortable ones, creates strain in the lower back and fatigue in the glutes and hamstrings. Heels also reduce your surface contact with the ground, making it harder to stay balanced, especially on uneven floors, carpets, or stairs. Your ability to react to small slips is diminished. If you want elegance, don't give it up. Just choose structured flats or wedge-style shoes that include arch support and proper alignment. Beauty and balance should never be at war. Another dangerous choice, backless shoes, like clogs or mules. They may be easy to slip on, but they force your feet to overwork. With no strap or heel structure to keep your foot in place, your toes must grip the shoe constantly just to prevent it from sliding off. Over time, that leads to toe deformities, collapsed arches, Achilles tendon overuse. You might not notice the damage right away, but it builds slowly. First, your toes start curling, then your feet begin to ache after only a few minutes of walking. Eventually, those tiny imbalances affect your entire lower body. Backless shoes offer zero ankle support. Your gait changes just to avoid slippage. That minor change in form travels through your knees, hips, and back, creating new tension, new fatigue, and more risk of injury. And here's the hard truth. For older adults, those ripple effects add up fast. Healing from them takes far longer than preventing them. Finally, there are the shoes that prioritize fashion over function. Narrow toe boxes, pointed tips, stiff soles. They may complete the outfit, but they slowly deform your feet. The price? Corns. Bunions, hammer toes, nerve entrapment, all caused by squeezing your feet into unnatural shapes. Once your toes are compromised, your balance suffers. And beyond deformation, hard-soled fashion shoes offer little to no shock absorption. Every step sends pressure from the ball of your foot through your shin into your hips and spine. The result? Sore legs, burning feet, and fatigue after even short walks. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up style to stay supported. Today, there are brands that design shoes with both beauty and biomechanics in mind. Footwear that offers arch support, cushioning, and grip without looking bulky or orthopedic. Support doesn't mean ugly. It means choosing health over habit, structure over trend, freedom over fashion. Because in your golden years, every step matters. Now comes the good news. There are footwear solutions that can restore your mobility, protect your joints, and bring back the confidence you used to walk with. The first is rocker bottom walking shoes. These are designed with a curved sole that gently rolls your foot forward as you walk. It's a simple change, but the benefits are enormous, especially for people with arthritis, neuropathy, or balance issues. Instead of slamming your heel into the ground, you glide. That rolling motion reduces pressure on the forefoot and heel, encourages proper posture, and takes the strain off tired muscles and joints. You move smoother, steadier, and with less effort. Brands like Hoka, New Balance, and Skechers Arch Fit all offer rocker sole models designed specifically for seniors. They combine cushion with motion, stability with lightness. They don't just protect your body, they help retrain it to move naturally again. Second, lightweight sneakers with wide toe boxes. As we age, our feet often spread or swell. but many standard shoes are too narrow, cramming the toes together and weakening your natural support system. A wide toe box lets your toes spread naturally, restoring balance and activating key posture muscles in the legs and hips. When paired with lightweight materials and shock-absorbing soles, these shoes allow for proper walking mechanics. You lift, you push off, you move confidently. Some models even come with removable insoles, so you can use custom orthotics if needed. Look for trusted senior-friendly brands like Ultra, Orthofeet, or Kuru. They're built to support movement, not restrict it. Third, orthopedic sandals with adjustable straps. Sandals aren't the enemy, it's the flat, unsupportive ones that do the damage. Today's orthopedic sandals are built for more than style. They come with contoured footbeds, arch support, cushioned midsoles, and structured heel cups. What's most important? Adjustability. Straps across the toes, ankle, and heel let you customize the fit so your foot stays in place, secure, stable, and properly aligned. You get airflow and comfort without losing structure. These sandals are great for warm climates, indoor wear, or running errands. The right ones reduce swelling, prevent overpronation, and make walking feel good again. Because here's what no one tells you. You don't have to accept pain as part of aging. You just need to stop tolerating bad shoes. After 60, every small choice adds up. And your shoes? They're not small. They're your foundation. Weak shoes lead to weak feet. Weak feet lead to poor posture. Poor posture leads to falls, and a fall can change everything. So invest in the shoes that serve your future, not just your past. Choose structure over softness, alignment over appearance, support over convenience, because the longer you stand tall, the longer you stay strong, and nothing gives you back time, freedom, and independence faster than a solid step forward. It's not just footwear. It's your foundation for the life you still want to live.